the football team, where it stands. And the first question out of the chute from Karen was, well, okay, what about the needs on offense? You have major holes on offense. What's up with that? To which Mike gave, I think a very specious answer. We don't want to be reckless. We want to be intentional. We got to be careful about what we bring onto this team. Okay, your thoughts on that answer and the state of the offense, Greg?
So I read that answer as there are guys out there we're talking to, like Cam Robinson or maybe Tyron Smith, but these guys, they know we have a hole at left tackle and their agent's driving a hard bargain, and we're not going to give you multiple years. Cam Robinson, let me use his name as an example, that they're driving a hard bargain, and the Patriots are like, no, we want you 1 year prove it deal for $8 million plus incentives. And they're like, no, we see that you have a glaring hole at left tackle. Like, we're going to wait you out. And so that's the way I read that comment. As far as what the Patriots have done or not done to this point, and look, and I think we'll all have this caveat. We're doing this talk show today. Okay, I still expect them to be aggressive, and we heard hints of this from Vrabel during the press conference about, especially when it comes to wide receiver, about trying to work a trade. I think they're going to be aggressive on guys like T. Higgins and A.J. Brown and, Brandon Ayuk. I think they're going to be aggressive, and the timing can be off because sometimes these teams don't give up these guys until like, oh, well, we grabbed second-round wide receiver. Now we can let go of A.J. Brown. Okay, so I think they're still going to try to be aggressive, which they tried to do last year and they whiffed. But, where they are right now, I have to be fair, because if Bill was here, and there were times when Bill was here where I'd be like, what the hell are you going to do for the offense? Like, to this point, this is a Belichick free agency. Let me get all the defensive guys. Let me sign all these.
Defensive guys.
I'm going to give Josh McDaniels like Mac Hollins, Austin Hooper, and right now I have a hole at left tackle, left guard, center after the David Andrews release today, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. So you're aggressive with the money and moving on players on defense, but not on offense. I've seen this before. I've seen this movie before. And so, look, they said that Elliott and Vrabel both said they still have needs they're going to fill. I expect them to fill them. It's just, at this point in time, if they're just going free agency, there's like scraps out there. You're going to be piecing it together. And just the lack of aggression on offense. Like, for example, I know at left tackle, they went after Jalen Moore, who ended up signing, I think it was almost the first signing in free agency, Chiefs, $15 million. They wanted him. Evidently, they weren't willing to go over the top on him. They were willing to go over the top on Milton Williams.
And Spillane.
Yes. And Carlton Davis.
The second corner.
So they were not, from what I understand, they were not in on Dan Moore, the guy who got grossly overpaid from the Titans, $22 million a year, going from the Steelers to the Titans. But they did want Jalen Moore, and I think he was open to it, but they would not, as far as I know, they would not come over the top of the Chiefs. And so here they are.
So far, lapsing in some of Belichick's mistakes.
Yeah.
Overlooking the offense at the expense of his defense and his guys.
Again, show to do today, but if I'm Drake May today, I'm like, hello, can I get some help here? I get great, other side of the ball. Maybe we'll hold teams to 17, 20 points. Can I get some help too, please?
617-779-0985, the whole left side of the offensive line, Greg. Do you feel, was it you who said they'll upgrade at center with Cole Strange in there?
No, I didn't say that.
Not me.
Maybe it was my other email chain?
Definitely was not me.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about center. So, Cole Strange, as far as the film that I saw last year, and it was very limited, and it was a new position for him and all that, I did not think he was good. He was terrible in the last game of the season against the Bills' backups. He was terrible. He even had trouble with some shotgun snaps. I'm not saying he can't do it, and with a whole offseason to train, maybe he can. I've always, coming out of college, I evaluated it, and I thought his best position was center. Can he do it in this offense, in the McDaniels offense? I don't know. We'll see. So right now, I see it as, at a lot of positions. So it's going to be a competition at this point. Maybe they bring in a guy like Andre James, who just got released from the Raiders, who played for McDaniels. He's not really any good either. But Cole Strange, they have Jake Andrews, who was hurt all last year, barely played as a rookie. He was a 4th-round pick a couple years ago. Okay, and decent player that I've seen. And then Ben Brown, who played last year. Ben Brown graded out well for me last year. Right now, he's the center in my mind in the clubhouse, but at where they are right now, left tackle, left guard, center, they're just going to clean slate, roll you guys out there. Whoever wins, you're the starter.
It's the same plan as last year with the offensive line. We'll figure it out. How'd that work out for you? You had one of the worst lines in football last year. How can you feel good about this right now? And why is Andrews that beat up that they were like, we're good here? Make that make sense.
So what happened? What's the story behind the story with Dave Andrews?
I haven't gotten the story yet. I'm efforting that, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
And
because what's the time? Why, if he was retiring, they would have let him just retire. Okay, right. They're releasing him. So maybe he was telling them like, well, I'm not sure. But I don't understand why you wouldn't. He's been in this offense. At the very least, maybe he tries it. He tries to get his shoulder to the point in training camp, the offseason, but he's around and he's helping these guys like understand this offense. I don't see why the need to release him now.
Did you sense from Vrabel at little arm's length with Andrews a little cold about the whole thing?
Well, yeah, he definitely wasn't going to. He avoided any questions whatsoever on it. I mean, and there were a couple pointed questions.
Well, for example, here, Jimmy, I'm sorry. He's talking to Schmatz, our program director there. When you come back here, Stu or Kevin, could you pop in one for me, if you don't mind? Would you mind hitting Vrabel 7? Why was releasing Andrews in the best interest of the team?
Hey, Mike, going back to Karen's question regarding David and the offensive line, as you look to build a winning culture for an 8-time captain who's been here, what made releasing him in the best interest of the team?
Well, I think we talk about leadership, and Elliot mentioned a few other players as it relates to Jonathan Jones and Dietrich Wise and David. Happy for those guys that are found other places, and there would be no restriction on leadership as far as age or experience. Like every one of our players that walks in here or our coaches can act as a leader. So I think when you go through personnel decisions, there's a lot of things that we'll talk about, right? Age, ability, durability, production, vision. And so I would say that, anytime we talk about personnel decisions, that those are going to be some of the things that Ellie and I will talk about.
So there's an answer why they released him, but it was a very cold, I thought, answer for a real, good guy, pillar of the organization, well thought of guy. Kraft certainly was effusive. Vrabel, not so much.
I mean, I wouldn't expect that of Vrabel because he's never coached them.
I wonder if it ended poorly. What I'm driving at is, did it end poorly?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I still, because I don't understand the timing and why now and all this.
Right. They're not paying him. You don't pay the guys in the offseason unless he has workout bonuses
right.
or maybe an option bonus. I mean, I don't even know. I haven't looked at his contract. Does he have an option bonus due this week? If so, that's why you release him. Like, that's another reason to release someone now is because you owe him actual money. But anything short of like an option bonus due or a roster bonus due first day of the league year or really high workout bonuses, if you're not paying him, isn't he a good guy to have around?
You'd think, yeah.
I would think.
They're not paying him that much. His cap number for this year was like $6.7 million, and they're gonna.
Do you have the real money? Was there any real money due to him this offseason? That's the key.
No, not that I could see on overthecap.com.
So why? It just I wonder if Vrabel was cool to it because at the end it wasn't all that copacetic between Andrews and the team. I don't know. But now there's just another hole to fill. The whole center, left guard, left tackle. Other than that, you're in great shape.
And two wide receivers.
Two wide receivers. So I keep repeating this over and over and over again. This is an organizational story that stretches back. I've had years to fill these spots. with tons of money to spend, high draft picks, real needs. Now you have the rookie quarterback on the rookie contract, and you're going to send Drake May into a second year without a left side of the offensive line or a number 1 or number 2 receiver for the second straight year?
We'll draft it. We'll figure it out.
He's not going to get those things till year 3. He's got to wait till year 3 to get real receivers and a real offensive line.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.